Good afternoon, everyone. Every ship sailing today was crewed by someone who years ago chose a career at sea. Our challenge as an industry is making sure the next generation makes the same choice and stays. My name is Vittorio Terrei, and today I want to talk about how we are tackling that challenge through the Maritime Talent Development Program. The maritime industry is facing 4 interconnected workforce challenges. They are not new, but together they are reaching a critical point. An aging workforce where our most experienced officers are retiring faster than we can replace them. A talent shortage where the pipeline simply isn't keeping up. High turnover where we recruit and train people, then lose them. And unclear career paths where young people see no ladder to climb, so they never start. Let me show you the data behind each one. The average seafarer working today is 42 years old. 1 in 4 senior officers is over 50. These are not projections. This is today's fleet. Nearly 2 million people crew the world's international trading ships. We need to grow that number, not watch it shrink. But here is a structural problem. The retirement bulge is hitting now, concentrated in the developed maritime nations that have historically produced our most experienced officers. The pipeline of qualified replacements simply cannot keep pace. And when experience walks out the door, companies are left with a competency gap that years of training cannot quickly close. While the retirement wave builds, we have a second leak in the pipeline. It is happening at every rank. Nearly half of all seafarers have been with their current company for less than a year. Think about what that means for your training investment. 71% are actively considering changes, according to the Fast Stream Seafarer Happiness Index. 7 out of 10 on your vessels are already thinking about their next move. And when we ask why they leave, the number 1 answer is not pay, it is no clear promotion path. 78% cite that as their primary reason. Not salary, not vessel conditions, it is the fact that they cannot see where they are going. Replacing a senior officer costs roughly 3 times what it costs to keep one. So retention is not just the right thing to do for our crew and for our seafarers, it is the economic thing to do for the business. There's no map, there's no destination, no seafarer. That ambiguity is our 3rd challenge. Only 22% of young adults today would consider a career at sea. 3 years ago, that number was 35%. We are losing the next generation before they can even apply. The Global Crew Welfare Index sits at 72.5 out of 100. There is substantial room to improve how seafarers feel about their work and their future. And less than half of all shipping companies have a documented career development plan for their crew. No plan means no path means turnover, and turnover means we are back on slide 4. The root causes are consistent across the industry. No standard promotion criteria, training disconnected from advancement, cadets receiving minimal career counseling, and no visibility into promotion readiness. These are not isolated grievances, they are the exact conditions that produce attrition. And that attrition has a cost. The industry has already been warned about. In 2021, BIMCO and ICS put a number on exactly how bad this gets if nothing changes. We are now at that deadline. Let us see where we landed. In 2021, BIMCO and ICS issued a clear warning. The industry would need 89,510 crew. I know this number has been thrown around today, and I'm here to shed a bit more light on that. There was already a shortfall of 26,000 during this prediction at 2021. And simply was growing at, our supply was growing at just 0.5% per year, nowhere near fast enough. By 2023 and 2024, Drewry's research showed the shortfall had nearly doubled from 5% to 9%, a 17-year high. The gap was widening, not closing. We are now at the 2026 deadline. The shortfall stands at between 9 and 11%. Jury projects it will reach 11.8 by 2030 if nothing changes. BIMCO and ICS are due to release updated figures this year, and the early indicators are not encouraging. The warning was issued, the deadline arrived, and we are still short. So where do the new officers come from? We need to look beyond the traditional pipeline, specifically at students who are already studying the skills we so desperately need. Here is the irony. The skills the maritime needs most right now, engineering, data analytics, digital systems, environmental science, are exactly what STEM graduates are being trained in. We just have not told them they belong at sea. Marine engineering is applied physics and thermodynamics. Engine officers work with fuel systems, hydraulics, and electrical automation every single day. ECDIS and AI-assisted navigation are software platforms a computer science graduate would pick up in days. And green shipping, the biggest transformation in maritime, needs environmental engineers and energy specialists right now. So how do we reach them? Campus outreach, a physical presence in engineering. Faculty is not just job boards. Simulator training and VRs that appeal to a generation who grew up on screens. Cadetship scholarships that fund STEM degrees in exchange for sea service. And a different message entirely. Stop saying go to sea. Say, operate the infrastructure that moves 90% of world trade. That is a STEM-worthy mission. And for those who graduate, the Maritime Talent Development Program is the structured system that takes them from cadet to command. The Maritime Talent Development Program is a structured, competency-based career development system designed to guide seafarers from entry-level all the way to senior command. In plain terms, it is a clear map from day one as a cadet to the captain's chair, with every step defined. It is structured, it is competency-based, and it is fully aligned with STCW standards. It supports continuous development at every rank, and it is built for the long term. This is not a training course. It is a career system. Let me show you that career map looks like in practice. 2 parallel tracks, deck and engine. From cadet to command in 90 months or 7 years, or 10.5 years if we're including vacation days. On the deck side, there's cadet, third officer, second officer, chief officer, and master. Each rank has a defined tenure before the next promotion gate. On the engine side, the same structure, fourth engineer through to chief in 7.5 years, provided you meet the competency milestones at each level. 7 years, that is a concrete, believable timeline, not a vague promise that hard work will be rewarded someday. A seafarer joining today can look at this slide and know exactly where they will be in 2033 if they commit to the program. But the pathway is only half the picture. Let me show you what supports the journey. The Maritime Talent Development Program is not just a career ladder. It is a complete development framework where every element on the left is documented, STCW aligned, and auditable. This is a program that can withstand port state control scrutiny. The learning system has four modes working together. Classroom training for theory and regulations. Simulator training for realistic scenario practice before a cadet faces the real thing. On-board training for supervised competency building where it counts, at sea. And milestone-based assessment to determine promotion readiness, not just tick-box certificates. The blend is the strength. No single mode alone produces a competent senior officer. But at the end, who benefits from all of this? The Maritime Talent Development Program delivers value on both sides of the employer-seafarer relationship. For the seafarer, this is the clarity they have been asking for. A clear path from cadet to command. Skill development at every rank, promotion visibility with defined milestones, and modern digital learning tools that fit how this generation learns. And believe me, I'm from this generation, and I think this is the best way to get to them. For the company, there's a retention engine. When seafarers see a future, they stay. And when they stay, recruitment costs drop, safety culture strengthens, and your training investment actually pays off. Notice a direct connection. The #1 reason seafarers leave was no clear promotion path. The first thing this program delivers is exactly that, a clear career path from day one. At the center of all this is a simple truth. Every number on these slides represent a person. A cadet who didn't make it to an officer, a master who retired without a successor, a young engineer who chose a different industry because nobody showed them a path. The Maritime Talent Development Program exists because Maritime excellence is built one person at a time. We should invest in people, build leaders, and secure our future. Thank you very much.